But so then this happened yesterday or the other day, and I didn't know about it till Jen told me. So they've got Ncuti Gatwa out there, Russ Stevens out there, the entertainment article, the press has begun.
Mm-hmm.
One of the themes of today's show is don't talk about your show before going down. Now, no amount of talking is going to save the disaster that this is. We've seen the trailer. We know what's coming. There will be much gay in this, much rewriting of history. But then he comes out and Ncuti Gatwa says this after the twerking thing, which was bad enough of showing that you do not understand the character you are now inhabiting. You do not understand his motivation. You do not understand how the Doctor, even when he changes his skin and he becomes a different physical personality, physical being, it's still the Doctor at the core. The madman in a box.
Metaphor. I think it was in the 50th anniversary talking about it with the sonic screwdrivers. Same software, different casing.
Exactly.
They equated the regenerations to the sonic screwdrivers. Same software, same core program, same core being, just different.
Still casing. The madman in the blue box who was always on the run, always running away. Not gay dude in a wife beater and a skirt dancing in the disco now beckoning you to be twerked at. That and then get death dropped in a kind of movie that none of us want to watch. But then we get this. So he's already starts off the week with this promotional tour showing us he doesn't understand it. And then he goes and now steps into the real arena. Now, let's be honest, Jed. Ncuti Gatwa hasn't really said anything offensive up to this point. He's said stupid shit, but he hasn't said anything that really draws him into the culture war, has he?
Yeah, not to the same degree as like Jodie Whittaker. Jodie Whittaker pretty much right off the bat from her casting was insulting the franchise before us, refusing to watch it, saying I will not watch anything that came before me type stuff. And yeah, she was right
His
off the
handlers
bat.
have been pretty good. They've had him. They've kept him on the rails until the other day. Doctor Who star Ncuti Gatwa complains that white mediocrity is celebrated while black people struggle to get half that. Thank you, Ncuti, for showing us who you really are. Not that we didn't know you were already a very gay black man, but that you are just as brainwashed and indoctrinated in this culture war nonsense when it comes to the SJW side as everybody else. You are perfectly happy to push the victimhood agenda. Let's zoom in and let's have a little read thanks to Deadline.
It's a short article, so I think we can pretty easily go through the whole thing.
Ncuti Gatwa, the first black Doctor Who. Well, Jed, they've already ignored Fugitive Doctor, haven't they?
Yes, thankfully, because that's all nonsense.
Remember that they were so happy. Oh, look, a black doctor. She's the Fugitive Doctor. Well, hey, he's the first black doctor now. Forget her.
Well, she's the first doctor now. Okay. First one to have the name of the doctor. First one to have the police box, even though that makes zero sense because we saw the first Doctor, William Hartnell, get the police box, or at least it was like, oh, it's stuck as the police box. But there's always an easy way to find out if you know anything about Doctor Who or not, and it's already in that first sentence. The first black Doctor Who, his name's not Doctor Who, it's the Doctor.
Yep.
Doctor Who is a question.
You would say the first black doctor.
Yes.
Was extremely outspoken in a new interview. Gatwa is an alphabet mafia Rwandan. I'll say mafia. He's not community. He's mafia. This proves he's mafia. Is a Rwandan immigrant to the UK and made his comments to the magazine Attitude. What is Attitude? Do we know what Attitude is?
I actually looked up that article. Okay. It is insane. It is a massive interview, and it's just all about being super gay. So if we want to look at that, we can.
You know what?
I want to show you.
I think I'll hard pass that one. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, I don't even want to show you the image that they use.
Asked about backlash on his assuming the role of Doctor. Jed, they do it again. Of Doctor Who. He said that it's all part of a shift. We do see a shift happening in casting, in positions of power, and in the status quo. I mean, not a fast shift. Things could tip over the other way a little bit quicker. You like tipping over, don't you, Ncuti?
Yes, he does.
He likes getting snowman.
Oh no.
He actually said that in the Christmas special, Dre.
Yep.
I've just been snowman.
Yep. Chat, people watching this, go look it up.
Don't.
No. We are not going to.
Just know it's very explicitly gay. That's all you need to know. I made the mistake of looking it up. Don't.
Well, I'm just saying we're not going to show you here. This is a
No.
family network here. We don't do this stuff. Anyway, who said that it's all part of shift? Where was I? But you see people kind of malfunctioning because things are changing. No, we're malfunctioning because you're you're ruining a character further, and you're happily doing it with your gay smile and your flavor saver.
Oh God,
That's what his mustache is.
God.
I've taken us off the rails. Ncuti talked of his battle for acceptance. There's so much white mediocrity that gets celebrated, and black people, we have to be absolutely flawless to get half of that anyway. So I'm
You're
slowly
proof that that's a lie because you are not being flawless and you're helming up a new franchise.
Yeah. I'm slowly training myself out of being like, no shit, you deserve love for just existing.
Okay, there's a couple things here that's being.
Dre, go ahead and unpack that. I think you can appropriately unpack that. Go ahead.
This is my thing. Look, I get where that expression comes from. The expression comes from the 1960s during the Civil Rights era, which is the era my father grew up in. And that's something that he used to tell me when I was a kid. He said, hey, like for a black man to make it in the world, you have to be twice as good to get half as much. That was the expression that was used back then because that's when my dad grew up in. So yes, that makes sense. So the idea of like, yes, you have to be flawless in order to achieve something. Yes, this is an additive from the Civil Rights era. And during that time period, 110% correct. Mm-hmm. We are far removed from this. This gentleman's existence in this show alone shows the progress that this country has made. The idea that a black gay man is now that the front runner of Doctor Who, a European show. You've made it, bro. You can stop talking about it. It's no longer I'm fighting for something. You've won. It's not
you've
like,
won.
We need more change.
There's gonna be gay butt sex in Doctor Who this season.
Exactly.
With at least two different men.
And see, and that's my thing. So, like, these people don't get it. These privileged this victim mentality privileged people that have no idea what the struggle really is.
Yeah,
they're always fighting to try to make a struggle, because once they have to accept the fact that they are now the leading class and are now the oppressors, they cannot be able to live with themselves. So the idea that you have to keep on chasing this idea is ridiculous. And
it's not even there's another part to that. The people behind them pushing them to do this are the perpetrators of the victimhood industry, because they make profit off of this. It's their literal industry. It's their cash cow. And if the oppression ended, then the money's gone.
Exactly.
If actual acceptance was there, which it has been for a very long time, it's only in the past, I would say, 6 or 7 years where we've taken decade. We can go all the way back to Obama. The past decade where we've gone backwards because of the victimhood industry, because of these people demanding that they be treated special.
Exactly.
For all these reasons, for all the reasons you stated.
Yep, it's not about equality anymore, because we have the equality. Sorry, black folks and Mexicans and gays that see this, but we have equality now. We have it. All right.
Yep.
Now it's about supremacy. That's what it's about. It's supremacy.
Gatwa was asked about the UK struggle with gender diversity and trans identity.
Oh.
All right. Everything trickles down from the top when you see politicians openly attacking marginalized communities. When you see our politicians openly attacking trans people, it makes it okay for everyone else. First of all, who the hell is mimicking a politician? Politicians are the most hated people in the world after okay, I don't have anybody. I can't think of it. Who's more hated than a politician?
What world is this half-blood prince living in? I'm very confused. I am very confused. No, okay, Adam, you already hit the nail on the head. No one listens to politicians. Let's cut that. Let's get that out the way. No. Maybe in Scotland or Rwanda, wherever he comes from, maybe they do. But here in the States, one place you want to see people not give a crap about their politicians is here. Let's get that out the way.
We hate them.
Secondly, the idea of politicians attacking marginalized communities. What fantasy world is he living in?
Especially if we're talking about England, our British friends in the chat watching this. You guys can attest it. They bend over literally backwards.
Yes,
stuff right now.
So I don't get what they're talking about. No one is coming after these folks. Look, are there people that are always going to be hating of other people? 110%. That's never going to go away. As long as there's human beings, somebody's going to hate somebody. That's always going to happen. But the idea that there is a marginalized group that the government themselves are now attacking, those days are done.
Well,
it's
you know what this is the ideological argument. They're trying to set the stage of, remember, our side is for you, the other side is attacking you. It's all ideology. It's tribal ideological bullshit. It's all it is.
It's just insane because you and I are old enough to remember when all this stuff was over with.
Mm-hmm.
When we were done with this.
It was done. After Jungle Fever. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Everything happened. After Will and Grace, nobody cared.
No one cared.
It was done. It was over.
No one cared.
Everybody was happy in their corners, doing their thing, living their lives.
Yes, were there always little corners of like, we don't like this group or that like group? Of course there is.
Well,
but the
furries can go to hell. Them furries, they can go.
See, there's Adams. Yes, yeah, racist bastard. Leave those furries alone. But there's always going to be.
No, I will not be sniffed in public. God damn it!
But the idea that, hey, this struggle is still going on, and we got to take back everything. Like, yo, our parents and grandparents won. They won. We're good, bro.
Dre, that's why they're changing it now to the trans struggle. And I know this is not the best thing for me to talk about here on the tubes, but we're gonna dance around it here. We're talking about an extreme, less than 1% population of the world.
0.00001.
And then what it really is about children.
Yeah,
that's what this is about. It's about why we're pushing back on. It's about children and what they want to do to children.
Agreed.
That's what. If you read between the lines, that's what he's talking about here. He's not talking about. He's coding it in the struggle Dre has been talking about. Mm-hmm. Underneath, because he is Alphabet Mafia. That's what they're talking about. That's what they're pushing.
Agreed.
It's still a children's show. Doctor Who's still a children's show.
Children's show that's going to have a gay man and a romance in 2 minutes.
Good Lord.
Working to defeat bad guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care if working's gay or straight. Children, it's not appropriate for children.
No.
It's not appropriate for children.
Listen. I saw it in She-Hulk. It wasn't appropriate for me. All right?
Nope.
I'm not a fan of twerking just to begin with.
I think
like twerking in of itself is a sexual gesture.
Yes,
110%.
I will twerk on her on the bed. I ain't gonna do it in the middle of the dance floor.
That's what I'm. Yeah, whatever.
That's all right.
Why? My brain didn't need that. I'd already seen too many pictures of Ncuti Gatwa today.
What?
Well, there's an image in my mind.
Anyway, it is scary to see that we've got to a point where it is fine to attack vulnerable people because that's essentially what's happening. What about the children? They're vulnerable. They're the vulnerable ones here, not you. You people. Yeah, I said you people. You people who get yourself mutilated. You're the ones who have chosen to do this through surgery and medical treatment. Nobody made you do it. You made yourselves vulnerable because you have to be the center of attention and make this about your victimhood ideology. What's happening? People who are the most vulnerable, the most disenfranchised, the most disconnected from everyone else are being told that they are the threats. You're threats to children because you're pushing shit that will harm them and ruin them. Listen, once you are 18 or in your 20s and all the puberties have stopped, you want to stick your dick in a toaster, go ahead. I don't care. I don't care. You aren't going to procreate anyway. But somebody who needs to go through the actual chemistry, biology that goes on in your body in order to finish becoming a grown-ass man or woman, because there are only two genders. They need to go through that. After that, when you're an adult, you make all the decisions you want. You want to put on a furry costume and pretend that you're Lassie, go ahead. I don't care. But this is about calling them vulnerable. You've made yourself vulnerable because you've made yourself a victim because you have been told that that's the only way you can exist in this society. Because no one's going to accept you. So you have to maintain your victimhood to get attention. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, all right. He added, it's sick because it's hiding a way of your own ineptitude. You're going to put the blame on immigrants, black immigrants. What?
What's going on here?
Doesn't make sense.
He just went off the rails. Black and brown people. Hey, what about the Asians? Why don't you throw them in there too, huh? We're going to blame everybody. Let's blame the Asians too. Why not? Trans people, queer people, to hide the fact that you are not doing anything for people. What is
going on?
About? What does this have to do with Doctor Who?
He's on a tangent.
What does this have to do with him being black and gay in Doctor Who and Doctor Who twerking and saving the universe with a dance-off?
It's ridiculous.
I'm lost. It's easier to create discord amongst... You're creating... Wow. Talk about not seeing the nose in front of your face.
This is wild.
Kettle calling the pot black.
His entire diatribe here is divisive. He is the one putting this out here, forcing us to make comment on it. Because we're talking about the truths he's trying to hide. Wow, I going into Doctor Who, I was just ready to make fun of him as being effeminate and this and that because he's a very gay man in what was once a masculine role. Now I have no problem taking the gloves off completely and ripping on Ncuti Gatwa because he just dropped this. Well, let me rephrase it. He just death dropped this and decided to truly engage in the culture war on our turf and the shit we talk about. So thank you, Ncuti, for allowing me to rip you even harder when we roast your show. Now I get to talk about you and not just because most of the time when we rip on this stuff, when we take it apart, we're talking about the characters. We're making fun of the character, making fun of the story. In this case, I can do both now because he's joined the fight. He has said he is against protecting children with these statements. He has said that, you're the ones who are being divisive and hurting people. You're the one making this an issue, creating false equivocation about we're angry and we're blaming immigrants and other people of color all over. It makes no sense. But these are his talking points he's been told to say. This is the truth. This guy has zero intelligence. He has none. He is told to say these things. He's given his talking points, and he's reminded that if you don't, well, you won't be as important as you were before. Because suddenly, out of nowhere, Ncuti Gatwa's important because he's been given this fantastic role that was made famous by better men, better actors. And now he has the keys to better people. And now he has the keys to a very gay TARDIS that is a copy of the actual thing. And he gets to now have a soapbox to stand on. And this is what he does with it. So is divisive nature. Gatwa said that we've got to keep pushing for more. Lots and lots and lots and lots. Say it one more time, Ncuti. More diversity. Lots more inclusion on our screen. Lots and lots and lots of it for all you male gammons?
The next paragraph explains what that means.
Okay. The term gammon refers to the color of a person's flushed face when expressing their strong opinions as compared to the type of pork of the same name. Am I flushed right now? I look pretty calm. I'm all right.
I still don't know what that means.
That's it.
I think it's confusing, but it sounds like he's talking about
angry white people.
Yeah, basically.
That's what it is. So Ncuti, in his infinite lack of wisdom, has now made this about race and gender. Before before and sexuality. Yeah, before he was just being stupid talking about twerking. That was just a stupid thing to remind us that R.I.P. Doctor Who. But now with this brilliant set of statements, he has made it all about race, gender, and sexuality. He's made it all about that. That's the core. And white mediocrity.
James Fraser does bring it up. Only white people can have this gamut because their shade of white is so light that they can express the pink. So yeah, it's basically white pathetic men.
So gammon is like a guy that's yelling, a white man that's yelling so much his face turns red. That's what that means.
Yeah. So
okay,
what we have here is him basically saying that for the past, I'll say 55 years, right at the end of the quality run, Doctor Who was just white mediocrity. Is that what he's saying, Jed?
Yes, that is what he's saying. And more for just than that. But you're disconnecting from the franchise. This is in the same vein as what Jodie Whittaker was saying. It was just a male fest. It was never good before her, even though she refused to watch it before her. And this is all the same thing. I imagine he hasn't watched anything besides probably the Jodie Whittaker era before him, even that. They have no care for the franchise. They have no interest in it. Oh, it's all white. It's all men. Oh, it's probably terrible. Screw it.
It's a vehicle for our agenda. And now we've got it. And let's be honest, Jed, they've got it. It's there.
Oh, yeah.
It's very firmly in their grasp. Has been for a long time.
R.I.P. Doctor Who. There is no saving this, but there is roasting it. And you can join me and Dermy Wormy in about 3 weeks every Saturday night after Saturday Night Drive-In. Dermy and I for approximately 7 weeks. I think they're doing a 2-episode job. I don't know. We'll find out. We will be covering it live stream reviewing Ncuti Gatwa as Ncuti Gatwa in Doctor Who. All right, weird. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.